חשק בפלטי וסק והוק ידע שמי יקראני ונאהו אם אנוכי וצרח על צאו וכבדהו הורך ימים מסביהו ורהו וישועתי הורך ימים מסביהו ורהו וישועתי מזמור לדוד אדוני רואי לא אכסר בנודש ירביצני על מי מנוחות ינעלני נפשי ישובב יניחני ומגלי צדק למען שמו גם כי אלק וקיצל מוות לא ידע רע כי אתה עמדי שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי דשאלת ושמן ראשי כוסי רוויה אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי מבית אדוני לאורך ימים We're all gathered this afternoon, sadly, to say goodbye to Gwen Nelko, blessed memory, who was known to the Jewish people by her Hebrew name, Za'ava bat David v'Sara Esther, Zichronah Livracha. She was the daughter of David and Sonia Flackman of blessed memory, beloved wife of Dr. Sidney Nelko, the sister of the late Sidney Flackman, blessed memory, the mother of Marnie and Aaron Altman, and Trevor and Rochelle Nelko, and the grandmother of Tristan, Dylan, and Ashton. Gwen passed away on Shabbat, Saturday, October 24th. She was 81. Our rabbis say that every generation has a minimum of 36 people that are called tzaddikim nistarim, hidden righteous people. The number 36 corresponds to the 6 days of creation plus the 30 days of an average month. The primary source for this teaching It's in the Talmud, the Tractate of Sukkah, page 45b, and it says, "The world never has less than 36 righteous people who receive the divine presence every day. For it is said, happy are they who wait for him." And the Hebrew word for him is lo. The numerical value of lo is 36. In merit of these righteous individuals, our world receives the divine energy that keeps it going. We don't know, however, the identity of all these extraordinary individuals. But I'm sure that Gwen Nelko of blessed memory was one of these special individuals, one of these hidden tzaddikim. First, she died on Shabbat, the day that many tzaddikim left this world. Also, she left this world on the Shabbat where we read the Torah portion called Noah. Noah, you may remember the story from the Bible, and the ark, the flood, and the only individual who deserved being saved from this world. Noah is the first person in the Torah called a tzaddik by God. And I quote, the Torah says, Noah was a righteous person, a tzaddik. He was blameless in his age because Noah walked with God. Qualities, as is going to be evident in the eulogies, were part of Gwen Nelko's life. It was interesting that even though I spoke with her family for a while yesterday, I didn't realize that I actually knew Gwen and Sydney. They used to come to my Torah class week after week. And also I realized my mother-in-law used to drive her and them back to the Portsmouth after the class. And then I totally remembered Gwen. Always in the corner of the room, always smiling, listening to my teachings for an hour or so, nodding once in a while to let me know that even though she wasn't saying anything, she was paying attention on every Torah word I was saying. She kept coming for as long as her health allowed her to do so. She was an important part of this small but committed group. The rabbis teach that designating set times for the study of Torah is a central concept in the commandment, in the mitzvah of learning Torah. The source for this formulation, to set for oneself time for learning Torah, is a text from the Babylonian Talmud, Masechet Shabbat, page 31a, that goes like this. So said Rava, when they bring a person to judgment in the world to come, one of the questions they ask the person is, did you designate times for Torah study? For Gwen Nelko, now you can add that important mitzvah to all the wonderful things she did during her life. And as I was told, she came to this world to bring light. Light is what allows us to see the path, to avoid obstacles. A dark room is difficult to navigate, but a well-lit room is a nicer place to be. Gwen made this world a nicer world, bringing to this world more light. In Judaism, we have a wonderful tradition at the time of a funeral, and that is to present eulogies to our loved ones. The eulogy is a tool to help us realize that even though we bury the body, not everything gets buried. There is so much that stays with us. In fact, it's probably a lot of things that Gwen did during her life that even though you don't even realize are part of your own life. Things she did, things she said, love she shared. So the eulogy is the tool to trigger those memories. And that's why traditionally the eulogy is written and sometimes presented by the people who knew the deceased the best. In this case, we are privileged that both Trevor and Marnie, they both wrote some beautiful words to honor their mother. Unfortunately, because of the challenging times that we are all experiencing, they couldn't be here in person. But they were sure that another family member would be here present in Winnipeg, reading their words, presenting their eulogies to all of us, all of you who came out, and all of you who are tuning in to pay honor and tribute to the memory of Gwen Nelko. So to begin with this process, I'd like to invite Danny to come forward to present the first eulogy.
Thank you, Rabbi. Can everybody hear me okay? As you know, Trevor and his family are in Minneapolis, and Marnie and her family are in Vancouver and could not be here. Trevor asked me to read a few words on behalf of himself, Rochelle, and Tristan and Dylan. So this is from Trevor. My memory of my mother, Gwen, is one of being a loving and warm person to all people in her life. Her spirit of kindness, sense of humor, organization, and happiness was felt by all that were blessed to have her in her life. In my years of childhood, of growing up in Winnipeg, and into my college adult years in Minnesota, our home was open to all my friends. She always encouraged me that our home was a welcoming place for my friends to visit, have a meal, or stay a few days. This extended to my college years, as I brought numerous Minnesota hockey teammates and friends to experience Winnipeg, and our inviting family, which was encouraged by my mom. She loved the opportunity to interact, cook a large meal, and have a home filled with people. Over the years, she made a lasting impression, as all of my friends would truly enjoy their time spent with Gwen. I am blessed to call her my mom, and she has a special place in our family as our mother, mother-in-law, and Bubby. Love you, your son, Trevor. This is from Rochelle. Gwen was a special mother-in-law to me. We had many great life experiences, and we shared together, including traveling to California, Arizona, and Vancouver. We also enjoyed many great dinners on the porch and watching Trevor, Tristan, and Dylan play golf at the Windsong Farm Golf Club. She was always eager to watch the boys play hockey, compete in golf tournaments, and watch their school choir concerts. We loved it when Sid and Gwen came to visit us in Minneapolis, but I will remember her most when we would travel to Winnipeg. We were always greeted with a special dinner in their well-appointed dining room that always included her signature chicken dish and asparagus. We also enjoyed many walks and plays at Kildonan Park. One of my favorite times spent with her was when it was a day reserved for just the two of us. We would have a nice lunch at Sorrento's, eating their yummy cheese salad, and shop at local boutiques and malls for clothes, cosmetics, and household items. Not only was Gwen a loving mother to my husband and an active Bobby to our sons, but she loved me for who I am. Gwen, you taught me how to balance being a great mom, loving wife, and running a successful business. Thank you for everything. You will always be remembered. I love you. Love, your daughter-in-law, Rochelle. Next is Tristan, who is 20 years old, and I understand is in Nebraska. as we speak. There are many great memories I was lucky enough to share with my Bubby while growing up, from spending a week in the summer playing street hockey in their Winnipeg driveway home, to going to sporting events in Minneapolis, or the countless amount of hockey games and golf tournaments she attended. I will always cherish those memories with her, and those are times that I won't forget for the rest of my life. One great memory that sticks out to me would be our family vacation to Vancouver, BC in 2011. We were celebrating Bobby and Zeta's 50th wedding anniversary. What made it special was being able to spend it with my mom, dad, brother, Bobby and Zeta, Auntie Marnie, and Uncle Aaron. I remember that trip like it was yesterday, almost a decade ago now. I remember touring the beautiful city of Vancouver and experiencing it all with my family. Bobby will always hold a special place in my heart. She was an amazing person, a great mother to my dad, and even a better Bobby. So for that I say thank you, Bobby. We will always love you, and you'll be missed by all of us. Love, your grandson, Tristan. Finally, it's Dylan, who is 17 years old. I have so many good memories of Bubby, but one that always comes to mind is every time Bubby and Zeta would come to visit our house here in Minnesota. Bobby would come up to my room every night before I went to bed and would tell me a story or read me a book before I fell asleep. Every time Bobby would tell me a story, I remember always sleeping the best I have in months and having the best dreams I could ever imagine of having. Now that Bobby is in a better place, we can both tell each other bedtime stories. Love, your grandson, Dylan.
Thank you, Danny. We'd like to invite Moshe to come forward to present some Eulogy Awards on behalf of Marnie.
I'm so honored to have been allowed to share with you some reflections from Marnie, who wasn't able to be here. My beautiful little mommy, or Gwenny as Dad calls you, your passing on Shabbat confirms what I have always known about you, that you are in fact a tzaddik. A tzaddik is a great and righteous person who embodies God's original concept of what a human being should be. Your passing has left this world with a vast spiritual void. This void is a call to action to all of us that are gathered here today to mourn your unspeakable loss, to fill this void with light and elevate ourselves in your sacred memory. Rav Schneerson once said, "Imagine you could open your eyes to see only the good in every person, the positive in every circumstance, and the opportunity in every challenge." Mom, this is the example you set for us all, and how you lived every moment. In a continuous state of higher consciousness, you flew high above the entanglements of the human world below. You never got pulled into the storms of others or let anyone destroy your inner peace. Instead, you pulled them into your everlasting joy. Your eyes were always open to the beauty and blessings all around you, and the precious privilege of life itself. When it rained, you looked for rainbows, and when it was dark, you searched for stars. On the path of peace, you are an infinite light of pure love for us all, lighting the way. Your never-ending joy and laughter show us all how to cast off the poisons of the world and the heaviness of the ego and choose instead to dance with divinity. Your quiet wisdom and humility only make your message that much stronger. Love is the way. Just as you said to me every day, I love you to infinity and back infinity times. Your love is everlasting and from worlds beyond. I will do my best to continue your legacy of enlightening this world back to loving kindness, and to ensure that the void you leave behind is filled with infinite love in your blessed memory. My parents' love story is legendary. No words are capable of describing the eternal bond they share. Their love is a mirror of the infinite itself. My beautiful little Mamala, you are my soulmate. You are with me forever. I will carry you with me throughout my life in every moment, and we will never be apart.
Thank you so much. for sharing those words and for triggering memories, which I'm sure each one of you who were blessed by knowing when Nelko probably remembered as Danny and Moshe read those inspiring words. Now, I would like to face at the camera for a second. It's a message for Marnie and Trevor. There is one tradition that we do here at the cemetery. Unfortunately, you couldn't be here. That is the Kriya, which in these days translates as this black ribbon that the mourners wear to symbolize that they are going through difficult times after the loss of a loved one. So if you have one where you are, this is the time that I will invite you to tear that black ribbon or a piece of clothing perhaps that you're wearing, and repeat after me the words Baruch Dayan Haemet. I'll say it again. Baruch Dayan Haemet. Blessed be the true judge. And this is something very interesting that the rabbis are asking us to say a blessing in this difficult moment. But this is also coming from this week's Torah portion, the story of Noah after the flood, where when he saw the destruction, when he saw how the world that he knew wasn't there anymore, he went through very difficult times. He was beaten, he was depressed, and he didn't have the energy to keep moving. But eventually, things changed. And he was the very first person in the Bible who ever uttered a blessing to God. He was the first one to say, Baruch Adonai, blessed be God. And perhaps, even though this is a difficult moment, to bless God is something that we do out of faith, knowing that we might be going through difficult times now, but we believe that God is going to send us the energy, the strength we need to keep moving forward. And I'm sure the sweet memories of when Nelko, blessed memory, will be part of that healing process. With that in mind, I would like to continue now with the memorial prayer, the El Maleh Rachamim. El Maleh Rachamim, Shochem Bameroimim, Hametze Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei HaShechina V'Ma'alot Kedoshim, Kedoshim Uteorim, Kezoyar Rakim Amazirim Edeni Shemat Edeni Shemat Zahava v'David v'Sara Esther She'alecha le'olama Ba'avur Shanu mitpalelim Ve'ad azkarat nishemata Ve'gan Eitein Ve'gan Edentei Menuchata Lachem balarachamim Asdireya v'seder kenav leolamim Utzeror b'tzrar achayim Achayim et nishemata Adonai unachalata V'tanuach v'shalom על משכבו ונאמר Amen. Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Gwen Nelko, who has gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May her soul be bound up in the bond of life. May she rest in peace. And let us all say, Amen. Please join me now in the recitation of the words of comfort, the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Itgadal ve'itgadash shemei Rabba. Be'almad yivirach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei lechol Beit Israel b'agalav v'zman kadi ve'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevorach le'elam u'le'olmei olmaya. Yvorach ve'ishtabach ve'itpa'ar ve'itromam ve'itnaseh. Ve'ithadar ve'itale ve'italal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol virchata ve'shirata v'shvechata ve'nechemata namiram ve'alma ve'imru amen. Yehesh lama rava min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Israel v'yimeru amen. Ose shalom imrama v'yase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel v'yimeru amen. Amakom Yinachem etchem betov shara v'letzion b'Yerushalayim. May God bless you and comfort you all. And let us all say one more time, Amen. Thank you so much for everyone coming out. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We are going to continue now with a private burial where we are going to place the crown on top of Gwen's coffin. So once again, thank you so much for participating and paying tribute to Gwen Nelko of blessed memory. And I would like to invite everybody here who would like to participate to come forward, pick up a shovel, and to put a little bit of earth on her coffin.